Oh, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Big Fight Fuel channel, where we speak the truth, we're honest, and we give our takes on the Miami Dolphins. My goodness, that game should not have been as stressful as it was. I think that was probably the most stressed game for the Dolphins this season. The most stressful game to watch as a Dolphins fan this season. The Dolphins luckily got the W. They luckily got the W in Detroit today. 31-27, but my God, that game was a lot close than it should have been. I expected this to be a close game, man. First of all, I apologize for no preview this week. On Wednesday, I got sick, and it threw everything off for my schedule this week, not just for filming, but almost everything. So that's why I wasn't able to get the preview out. I apologize, but going into this game, I had a feeling this would be a close game, but I did not think it would be as close as it was today, and I did not think we would get a game like we got today, especially that first half, which, my God, we are going to talk about. Tua Tagovailoa, he is him. Tua absolutely carried this team on his back today. We're going to get into stats in a little bit, but Tua carried the Miami Dolphins to this victory. I think if Tua was still hurt and we had one of our other quarterbacks in this game today, the Dolphins would have lost to the Detroit Lions, and the season probably, you probably wouldn't have had a good chance at making the playoffs. The mentality I had at halftime was, number one, I've never wanted to punch a TV more in my life. During a sporting event than I did at this game, I wanted to fucking punch the television as hard as I could. Watching that defensive performance, I mean, that was pitiful. That was absolutely pitiful from that Dolphins defense, what I saw in the second half. It's unacceptable to allow Jared Goff to allow Jared Goff to go and do that to you. That's unbelievable. But luckily, second half was a whole different story for this defense. They only allowed 69 yards to the Lions offense. The offense got 2 touchdowns, and the Dolphins came out with this victory, 31-27. So we're going to get into some stats real quick for both teams. Got some records to talk about, got some extra stats to talk about. We're going to start with the away team, the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa, 29 for 36, 382 passing yards, and 3 touchdowns. My goodness. I don't know what his QBR rating was. Let me see if I can find it, actually. I can't find his QBR, but I'm pretty sure he had almost a near perfect passer rating today. So that was a phenomenal game by Tua Tagovailoa. Raheem Mostert, 14 carries for 64 yards. Tua, 5 carries for 19 yards. Chase Edmonds, 4 carries for 14 yards. Tyreek Hill, 12 catches, 188 yards. Tyreek Hill, let's talk about him for a little bit. Tyreek Hill has over 4 160-yard games now in the season. The rest of the NFL has 5 of them combined. So Tyreek Hill, out of 9 of them, Tyreek Hill has 4 of them. Through 8 games of the season, Tyreek Hill has 69 catches for 961 yards. He's on pace for 146 catches and over 2,000 receiving yards. If Tyreek Hill becomes the first, if Tyreek Hill breaks this record, he's on pace to break Calvin Johnson's single-season receiving record, and the first NFL receiver of all time to get over 2,000 receiving yards. So he's absolutely balling out for the Dolphins. He looks like one of the best signings the Dolphins have ever had, and I'm not over-exaggerating that. The man is truly unbelievable. Let's continue. Jalen Waddle, 8 catches, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mike Gesicki, 3 catches, 38 yards, and a touchdown. Trent Sherfield, 2 catches, 25 yards. Should have had a touchdown, but wasn't called. So that is that for the Dolphins. The Panthers just sent the game into overtime against the Falcons with apparently a Hail Mary catch by DJ Moore. Yep, 62-yarder to DJ Moore. Wow. Let's continue. The Lions. Jared Goff did anything he wanted to today. 27 for 37. 321 yards, 1 touchdown pass. But my God, it was so frustrating to see Jared Goff stand there in the pocket all day long, and he could wait 30 seconds to find an open receiver. The defensive line got no pressure to Jared Goff, none at all. Jamal Williams, 10 carries for 53 yards and 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift only had 5 carries for 6 yards. So I don't know why the Lions aren't giving him the ball a lot. TJ Hawkinson, 3 catches for 80 yards. Khalif Raymond, 3 catches for 76 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 7 catches for 69 yards. DeAndre Swift, 5 catches for 27 yards and 1 touchdown. Dolphins, and this is something we'll talk about, why the Dolphins was so bad. I mean, obviously outside of their secondary, which looked like Swiss cheese out there, they had 1 sack all day. It came at a big point in the game, but they only got 1 sack with Zach Zeiler. So let's get to the game, shall we? Just going to tell you all right now, the first 5 drives for the Lions, I've never been more frustrated, never been more pissed watching a first half of football in my life. It could have happened against any other team, but for this to happen against the Lions, it's just unacceptable. So here we go. First drive of the game, the Lions take only 2 minutes and 1 second off of the time clock. 5 plays, 75 yards, and they get a touchdown on the first drive of the game. Jared Goff, short pass to Jamal Williams, and already there were a ton of penalties in this game. This first one was a taunting call on Landon Roberts. He's one of your captains, and he's taunting. Not good right there by Roberts at all. 15-yard penalty, so right then and there, the Lions are at the Dolphins midfield. They're at the 50-yard line. 2nd and 8 at the Dolphins 48-yard line. Jared Goff throws a 27-yard pass to Khalif Raymond. Jared Goff gets a 14-yard pass to, let me get this guy's name. Its last name's Mitchell. James Mitchell. Okay. 14-yard pass to James Mitchell. Jamal Williams, 7-yard touchdown run. Dolphins are already down 7-0 to the Lions. Dolphins' first drive of the game looking really good already. Tua takes a sack on 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. 3rd and 14, Tua finds Tyreek Hill for 10 yards. Dolphins go for it on 4th and 4, and they get Jalen Waddle for 9 yards. Next play, Tua gets a first down to Braylon Sanders until it is fumbled by Braylon Sanders, which is knocked out by Kelvin Joseph and recovered by Malcolm Rodriguez. you know, just something I don't understand is the lack of playing time that Cedric Wilson is getting. He seems to be our new punt returner now, which I have no problem with. But in that situation, he's a veteran. Why is Braylon Sanders, who's a practice squad player, getting called up for this game only because River Craycraft couldn't play? And he's playing over Cedric Wilson, who you're paying a lot of money for. I don't understand that at all, and I don't understand why Cedric Wilson's not playing over Braylon Sanders, who's a practice squad player. So that's stupid. Lions take advantage of the turnover, and they score a touchdown again. 6 plays, 78 yards. Again, only take 2.5 minutes off the clock. 3rd and 2. Jared Goff finds T.J. Hawkinson for 58 yards, who's covered by Vernon McKinley, who was the replacement for Eric Rowe, which was a healthy scratch. Eric Rowe wasn't hurt. Eric Rowe was a healthy scratch. And he tweeted out, "I'm just as confused as all of y'all are right now." So that's scary. If the Dolphins are not playing Eric Rowe right now, while he's healthy, and while we have Brandon Jones out for the season, I don't know. I don't know if the Dolphins are planning on making a move at the deadline. I sure as hell hope they do. I don't think Eric Rowe is going to be on this team Tuesday. If the Dolphins plan on making a move at the trade deadline, I don't think I don't think Eric Rowe is going to be a Miami Dolphin much longer. So we could see him be traded. But Goff throws a 58-yard pass. T.J. Hawkinson more like a 12-yard, and Hawkinson just ran after yards after catch. 3rd and 7, 3rd and goal. Goff finds DeAndre Swift for a 7-yard touchdown, and it's 14-0 Lions over the Dolphins. Next drive for the Dolphins, they go 9 plays, 80 yards to get the first touchdown of the game. Tua throws to Tyreek Hill for 24 yards. Mike Gesicki for 7 yards. 3rd and 13, Tua goes deep they throw deep to Tyreek Hill, who gets a 36-yard catch. So already Tyreek Hill has about 70 yards right before the end of the first quarter for the Dolphins. 2nd and 8 at the Lions 21. Tua throws to Jalen Waddle for 12 yards. 3rd and 10, incomplete, but the Lions get called for illegal contact. And on 1st and goal, Tua finds Jalen Waddle at the back of the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown, and it's a 14-7 game. So that is the end of the first quarter. Lions up 14-7. Lions go 6 plays, 75 yards. They only take 2 minutes off the clock, and another touchdown. And again, you see the main theme about this. The Lions' first 3 consecutive drives, they scored touchdowns. They're not even taking this much time off the clock. Their secondary is so bad, the Dolphins, that the Lions are scoring like this. And it was so annoying. And this offense, at this point of the game, this offense had no chance out there with the defense playing like this. It's like, why am I getting excited about how good the offense is playing when I know the defense is going to go out there and give up points? It's like, why even get excited? But here we go. We're going to start here. 3rd and 4 at the Lions' 31-yard line. Jared Goff throws a short pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he turns it into a 21-yard catch for a first down. Jared Goff goes deep to Khalif Raymond, who's covered by Javon Holland, and he gets it 43 yards to Khalif Raymond. They get it down to the Dolphins 5, 2nd and goal. Jamal Williams, 1-yard touchdown. Lions up 21-7. Second quarter, the Dolphins That was the second quarter. First drive for the Dolphins in the second quarter. They go 4 plays, 75 yards, and a touchdown. First play, Tua goes deep down the middle to Tyreek Hill for 42 yards. So Tyreek Hill, those deep routes are killing the Lions with Tyreek Hill. And that's exactly what he did. I kind of expected it. The Lions defense, one of the worst defenses in the NFL. I'm like, they have nobody on that team. They have nobody on that team who can catch up with Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle, and that's exactly what happened. They both went over 100 yards again today. So Tua over the middle to Tyreek Hill for 42 yards. Second and 11, Tua, a short 5-yard pass to Tyreek Hill. And on 3rd and 6, Tua throws a 29-yard touchdown pass, which is a beautiful route to Jalen Waddle. As Waddle gets a touchdown, he's waddling in the end zone, and the Dolphins score a touchdown. They're now down 21-14 over the Lions. The Lions, they go 11 plays, 51 yards as they get a field goal on this drive. 2nd and 6. Goff throws to Amon-Ra St. Brown for 6 yards. It's a first down. Jamal Williams, 7 yards. Jamal Williams gets a 15-yard carry, but Christian Wilkins gets called for offsides. So they're at the Dolphins 43. And on 3rd down, the Dolphins can't get off the field. So annoying. Jared Goff finds Amon-Ra St. Brown for 12 yards. And then 3rd and 10 at the Dolphins 31. Jared Goff finds Mackenzie, I believe that's his first name. I don't want to get his name wrong. Maurice Alexander for 7 yards. And Michael Badgley kicks a 42-yard field goal. And the Lions are up 24-14. Dolphins come back and get a field goal of their own. 11 plays, 48 yards. 3rd and 13. Tua gets the ball to Trent Sherfield for 14 yards. 2nd and 6. Miami gets called for illegal shift. I believe it was Chase Edmonds. 3rd and 6. Tua goes deep down the middle to Jalen Waddle for 18 yards and a Dolphins first down. Tua goes to Tyreek Hill for 18 yards, another Dolphins first down. 3rd and 15. Tua finds Tyreek Hill for 7 yards. Jason Sanders connects on a 45-yard field goal. Then at the end of halftime, Dolphins get the ball first and to start the second half. You don't want the Lions to score points, and that's exactly what happens after the Lions go 11 plays, 67 yards, and they get a 26-yard field goal by Michael Badgley to end the half. So at this point of the game, I'm extremely pissed off. Never in my life have I taken off my Dolphins gear before the end of the game. Of course I put it on after they scored the first touchdown of the half, but second half that is. But I've never been so embarrassed of a half ever watching Dolphins football, and I was just so embarrassed of the way the defense performed. I thought I wasn't going to make it through the whole game because I didn't trust this defense at all. I lost all confidence in the second half from the defense, but luckily there's a tale of two halves from the Dolphins defense, and they only allow 69 yards in the second half. So let's get to it. Let's get to the second half. The Dolphins get the ball first. They go 9 plays, 75 yards, and they get a touchdown. First play, Tua goes to Mike Gesicki for 20 yards. 2nd and 5 at the 50. Tua deep left to Tyreek Hill for 17 yards. Second and 6, Raheem Mostert for a 13-yard carry. Second and 9, Tua scrambles for 3 yards. No colliding into defenders this week. Tua nicely slides and doesn't take a hit. Third and 6, Tua finds Trent Sherfield for 11 yards, which was a touchdown, but Mike McDaniel didn't challenge it. Kind of don't understand why. But first and goal at the 1, Raheem Mostert up the middle, doesn't get it, but a penalty is called on the Lions for offside. Next play, direct snap to Alec Ingold, and Ingold takes it in for a 1-yard touchdown. Another offside on the Lions, but it is declined. Dolphins up, Lions up 27-24 over the Dolphins. First drive for the Lions, they go 5 plays, -2 yards, and they punt. First and 10 at their own 38. Penei Sewell gets called for a false start, so now it's first and 15. First and 15, DeAndre Swift gets a 3-yard run. Another penalty is called on Penei Sewell, this time for offensive holding. It is first and 25, and then Taylor Decker gets called for a false start, and it's first and 30. And I'm like, there's no way the Dolphins could give up a first down when the Lions have the ball first and freaking 30. Luckily, they didn't. They only gave up 5 yards. The Lions get their first punt of the day, and on the next drive, the Dolphins go 9 plays, 76 yards, and they get the go-ahead touchdown. We'll start with Tua to Jalen Waddle at the Dolphins 33 for 16 yards. Third and 6 at the Lions 47. Tua scrambles up the middle for 18 yards. That's a big rush by Tua right there to get it down to the Lions 29 as we get Raheem Mostert for 4 yards. Tyreek Hill scrambles for 7 yards for a first down. Third and 11 at the Lions 11. Third and 3 at the Lions 11. Wow, I can't talk. Mike Gesicki gets a touchdown pass from Tua, 11 yards, and Liam Eichenberg gets hurt on the play. I think it was something with his knee. It looked really bad. CBS said they're not going to show the replay. Eichenberg was carted off the field, and I just hope he's okay. It sounded really serious from what the commentators were saying. Andrew Catalan and James Lofton, that was, sounded very serious about the situation. So, the man is ahead of the football player, and as many mistakes as he's made this season for the Dolphins, he might not have played great, but we just hope he's okay and he gets a successful recovery. We don't know how long he's going to be out for, but his replacement of the day was Mr. Robert Jones. We get to the fourth quarter. The Lions go 5 plays, and they punt again. That's their second punt of the day. As third and 9, Jared Goff gets sacked by Zach Seiler, which was the only sack the Dolphins had on the day. That one sack, but it came at a good situation right there on third down to get the defense off the field. The Dolphins go 6 plays, 30 yards as they punt. Second and 12, Tua goes to Jalen Waddle for 18 yards. And third and 8, there's miscommunication, illegal shift on the Dolphins. A penalty on Tua for illegal motion as he was looking to step up, talk to the offensive line, but he wasn't ready for the snap, and Connor Williams snapped the ball anyway. But Dolphins punt. The Lions get the ball on their own 12-yard line. The Lions were moving the ball pretty good here, man, which I was I was on the edge of my seat, crossing my fingers, crossing my toes, as it was scary. It was really scary. So we're going to pick up here. The Lions have the ball at their own 43-yard line on second down, as Jared Goff has a net minus 3 yards to DeAndre Swift. But a penalty is called on Christian Wilkins for defensive offsides. 2nd and 3. Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown for 8 yards. 1st and 10. DeAndre Swift loses 2 yards on the carry. And 3rd and 12. Goff goes to TJ Hawkinson. He gets 10 yards on the play. And the Lions go for it on 4th and 2 at the Dolphins' 35-yard line. Jared Goff goes deep into the end zone for Josh Reynolds. Great coverage by Kader Kohou, and the pass was incomplete. Lions fans were booing. No chance that was pass interference on Kohou. It was just great coverage. Lions fans are the definition of casuals. They boo every time that something doesn't go their way. And the Lions turn the ball over on downs. The Dolphins take this to the end of the game. They end it on 3rd and 8 at the Lions' 32-yard line with a Tua Tagovailoa 8-yard pass to Tyreek Hill, which is good enough for a first down. And the Dolphins win at Ford Field, 31-27. That should have not been as close as it was. Again, I was embarrassed watching that first half. The defense was playing unacceptable. It was extremely terrible to watch, and luckily they changed it up in the second half. Maybe they made changes in the locker room at halftime, because this defense was fucking brutal to watch in the first half, as I would have rather watched Snail's Race than watch the Dolphins defense get torched by Jared Goff. They gave up 326 yards in the first half, and in the second half they only gave up 69 yards. So a tale of two halves for sure for the Miami Dolphins, and player of the game easily has to go to Tua Tagovailoa. Carried this team on his back today. When the defense was getting tortured, the Dolphins offense kept up with the Lions, and they got 2 touchdowns to the Lions, none in the second half, and that changed it. That turned to be the X factor of the game. So the Dolphins win 31-27 against the Lions. They're 5-3. Feels really good to be 5-3. And now we go into Soldier Field next week with another NFC North matchup against the Chicago Bears. So I'm getting out of here for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. I don't know how the filming schedule is going to be this week. I'm pretty sure there's not going to be an AEW. I'm not pretty sure. There won't be an AEW Dynamite review this week, as Game 5 of the World Series is Wednesday night, and I cannot miss that. I'm not going to miss my Phillies in the World Series. So no AEW this week. Probably nothing tomorrow. Got some schoolwork to do. Tuesday, I'm busy on Tuesday, and I know Tuesday's the trade deadline. So, if the Dolphins make some moves during the trade deadline, we'll break it down Wednesday before the World Series. So, and then sometime next week, I should be fine for the preview of Dolphins Bears, and then of course back here next Sunday to talk about the game itself, the Miami Dolphins against the Chicago Bears next Sunday at 1 o'clock. So I'm out of here, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Be sure to subscribe, comment, follow me on Twitter and TikTok, Colin_Joseph. I appreciate y'all, man. It was a tough game today, but we survived, and we're 5-3, and it feels good. So I'm out of here. Thank you all so much. Stay safe, stay classy. Fins up. I'm out. Peace.